So Macarthur and Melbourne Victory are the last two teams in the Isuzu UTE A-League men's to make their return after the World Cup break. Great to see some real enthusiasm from the home fans, but will it be Victory getting the horns this afternoon? And so both teams are making their way out onto the pitch right now, which looks in very good condition, having had a couple of weeks off. And so 3 valuable points are on offer. As we mentioned in pre-game, there is no reason for either team to sit back and settle for a draw today. They both want to climb the table. Neither will be satisfied with where they currently stand. Macarthur, a mass of changes. Philip Curto relieves Nick Schumann in goal. We're going to see Bachana Arabuli start, the Georgian national. Ulysses Davila is back from injury, and Daniel Arzani is into the starting 11. Noon, Rose, Toure, and the aforementioned Schumann onto the bench. There's no Charles Mombois in today's matchday squad for the Bulls. There is Ulysses Davila. It was such a devastating injury to lose him in the opening rounds of the season, but the 3-week break without a game means that he hasn't missed nearly as much football as an injury of that nature would otherwise cost him. And of course, he is very much the leader, both with the armband and also in spirit, of this Macarthur team. Taking a look at Victory, no shortage of changes there either. Jason Guerrier is in for the first time since May and the finals series. George Timotheou is restored at centre-back, and Nick D'Agostino is into the starting 11 as well. Falami, Negro, Barnett, Wilson and Bozanovski make up a bench with plenty of changes, not least because Brillante, Miranda and Konstantopoulos are all out of the matchday squad. Brillante and Miranda due to pulling up sore after the club's final training session, not an ideal time to go down with a potential injury. There is Dwight York, all smiles, with his assistant Russell Latterby on the sideline. Of course, he's got his own fashion brand with the headwear today, and looking very relaxed before kickoff. They're a great managerial duo. When one stands, the other sits. They love to prowl both the technical area and behind the benches, and the instructions they've given so far have been pretty good. There's Tony Popovic, one of his assistants, Luch Trani, there sitting next to him. And what has he got in store? He loves to train his team hard. Let's see how fit and sharp Victory look in their first game back after a few weeks off. Kieran Backus, after the outstanding display of his brother Keanu at the World Cup, receives the opening pass from the returning Ulysses Davila, and we're underway at Campbelltown for this contest between Macarthur and Melbourne Victory. And it is a Melburnian, Matthew Miller, who swings in the first cross in anger, and it's an early touch for Paul Izzo.
Yeah, great kickoff too from Macarthur. Showed some good intent there just by going short rather than what we're used to seeing from teams, which seems to be the standard kickoff these days, of going long. When you've got someone like Davila to get him on the ball early, it's a great start.
And Melbourne Victory now their first feel for possession. Nunny part of the passing chain. And Jake Brimmer to Nick D'Agostino. Macarthur crowding the midfield, so Victory go to the flank. And Chris Economidis, neat little run from D'Agostino, and Victory building up. Fornaroli didn't take the ball with him just as he was about to swing his right foot at the ball, and instead the counter-attack may be on. Davila wants the speedster Jed Drew down the right flank, and he did find him, but it's not a great first touch of the afternoon for young Drew. Brimmer, legged by Danny De Silva, takes the free kick quickly. And Nunny, oh, it's off his heels. Nearly took it with him. Aspropotometis peels away. Now Vujica, Victory pressing, trying to win the ball back. Nunny dived in. Now they do prevail. Rai Marchand to Nunny. Great little step over, showing his close control. Shimmying away, fashioning some space. Can he cap it with an assist? There's no one able to advance onto the ball.
Well, that was quality from Nunny. First of all, getting back to defend and win the ball back for his team, and then the quality on the ball, as we've come to expect and know from a very, very famous career that he's had. But look at this, great awareness and skill to keep the ball, find the space, look up, and then deliver it into a really good area. I thought Nick D'Agostino could have shown more intent to run at the goal there. Player of Nunny's quality, you know he's going to whip it into a dangerous area.
Might be Victory with the numbers they've got forward here. Nunny attracted two opponents, leaving space for D'Agostino. Now Brimmer, and Brimmer shot, even though he had Economidis free as a bird through the right. And that frustration for Jake Brimmer, now some of it will be redirected at him.
Well, that frustration's probably cost him a good decision there, because I thought that was the wrong option. He was flat-footed when he received it and tried to generate all the power himself. Economides making a great overlapping run on the right-hand side. So you see the ball just drop here for Jake Brimmer off Nani's touch. Oh no, that's the foul, I beg your pardon. Or the collision. There's the touch there, and you can just see he's just flat-footed there.
Jeez, he looks like Glenn McGrath walking back to the top of his bowling run-up at the moment. He's just grumbling to himself.
He's got his angry face on today, Jake, hasn't he?
And so Nani, hopefully it's nothing more than a lip. He's biting down on the towel at the moment. Yeah, you can see there. Let's have another look. Oh, he got the shin right in the face. Brimmer went to ground at the key moment. Arzani picked his pocket. And now Daniel Arzani, still with half the pitch to run. Feeds it to De Vere, and now Jed Drew. Adebouli's waiting in the middle. Drew. And as he twisted that onto his right side, he couldn't find a teammate, but the second ball is there for Macarthur. And they reload and go again with Matthew Miller. De Vere, a slick pass. Drew caught a little bit flat-footed, and thus he loses out to Cadete, who ushers it over the byline.
Yeah, I certainly don't want to be too harsh on young Drew too early in this game, but a little bit of constructive criticism. He needs a little bit more composure. That's 3 opportunities now he's had to do something meaningful in that top third. And that was a poor delivery again. He just rushed the delivery. He needs to get his head up and really pick a pass in those situations.
Trying to keep the ball glued to his feet. Thrust his left foot at it. Didn't make contact. Macarthur get another chance. Danny De Silva. And Guerrier strips him of the ball. Arzani jinks inside, attracting attention wherever he goes, and the wrong sort of attention is coming Ulysses De Vere's way as he sits on the ground in protest. It is just a free kick. Still yet to see a booking.
Well, this time I'm a little surprised Barrero didn't go to his pocket, because that's the second defence from Timotheo in the last few moments. I would say that's his final warning.
And there is still a dangerous free kick to contend with here. All the tall timber has got forward. Arzani curbs it in. Guerrier with an important header away. The follow-up from De Vere. Half-hearted shouts for handball. And the referee not taking an interest. Drew whips it across. Oh, it's been missed by the keeper. And Arabouli! It won't count. The whistle goes. And we remain scoreless, and Bachana Arabouli has what could have been his maiden A-League men's goal chalked off.
And the one I feel really sorry for there is Drew, because he's finally delivered some real quality. That was a wonderful ball to the back post from Jed Drew, which picked out his teammate Arabouli, unfortunately in an offside position. It goes to show he's got the quality.
The referee having a discussion here at the moment with Bachana Arabouli as to why Macarthur are not in a 1-0 lead. Seems to have accepted the call.
Just wonder if he was waiting as well for the VAR to dismiss any claims of handball just before that off De Vere.
So Victory at the feet of Izzo. D'Agostino, a promising flick header for Economides. Nani is running through the middle channel here and will receive the pass. Fornaroli waits in the area. The cutback. D'Agostino got there. And he shuffles it back to Economides. It's Economides. He doesn't pull the trigger. Crosses it. And a vital header away initially. A volley is turned behind, and Cadete. It was on target. He was hoping for his first goal in Victory colours. But instead it's behind for a goal kick.
What a wonderful passage from Melbourne Victory there. All started from that flick on by D'Agostino to set Economides on his way, and then he played in Nani brilliantly. D'Agostino then did the right thing, didn't play for a penalty inside the box, played on. And from there, it could have gone anywhere. There it is there. He knows it was no foul. Economides does brilliantly here. Look at that, stands up the defender, clips it to the back post. Matt Miller, desperation defence. Cadete, oh so unlucky.
Nani allowed to drive. Steers at central. Fornaroli back to goal. And now Nani from distance. Well, he lifted one up, but was always swinging away, and Philip Curto withdrew his arms from his bodied dive.
Yeah, a little bit of a knuckleball there from Nani. You can't give him that sort of space so close to the edge of the box because he will hurt you eventually. Good to see him pull the trigger. Curto had it well covered. You can just see them not getting close enough to the ball there. Bacchus with a desperate slide late on. If there's one player capable of scoring from that distance, it is Nani.
Well, neither team has hit 0.1 XG yet. We're both on 0.08 at present, so not exactly peppering the target. Maybe Victory can be a bit more incisive here. Nani, the edge of the box, D'Agostino! And there was the best chance of the game so far, and Nick D'Agostino couldn't hit the target.
Well, that's a brilliant pass from Nani. If anything, maybe could have kept it a little bit lower for D'Agostino. He had to readjust just slightly to try and get his head over the ball. It was coming at a rate of knots to him. But that's created great ball from Fornaroli to play in Nani. And then Economides' run is crucial there for opening the space for Nani to pick the pass into D'Agostino. He just couldn't get his head over the ball. Great opportunity for Melbourne Victory.
Cadete. Nani. Fornaroli guarding the space. Back to Nani. Shoots and hits the side netting. And for half a second, it may have excited some in the main stand at Macarthur, but it was wrong side of the goalpost. Well,
he's coming, Nani, isn't he? He's becoming more and more influential for this Melbourne Victory side.
Victory would love to go out with a bang before the halftime whistle, though. Cadete steers it back for Nani. On the turn, his cross is deflected. Miller prevents it going behind for a corner. He cannot. And so maybe one last hurrah to finish the half here.
And again, some real trickery from Nani inside the box there to create that opportunity. We see Jake Brimmer just struggling with a bit of a knock to his right ankle by the looks of it.
That's why he's not taking this here corner. Instead, he's still getting back to his feet in midfield. Victory don't seem to want to wait for him. As Nani steps out his run-up, hits an in-swinger, and Philip Curto raises the hands and plucks it out of the sky. And it's accompanied by the halftime whistle. And so we are goalless at Campbelltown after 45 minutes. And an important halftime team talk coming up for both teams here. A few words being exchanged by Lee Broxham and Daniel Arzani as Broxham runs down the tunnel and Arzani walks. It's halftime, and it's Macarthur 0, Melbourne Victory 0. Victory take kickoff then, start of the second half. And their visit to Macarthur is goalless for now. As Danny De Silva puts the ball on the deck, and here is Daniel Arzani. We'll see how he moves and how he goes at the start of this half. And immediately De Silva's looking for him, and Arzani shuffles out to the ball. Into the box he goes. Arzani stinging the fingertips. Drew blocked away. And it might have been by his own teammate De Vere, who was running through. And arguably Macarthur's best chance of the game in the first 30 seconds of the half.
And by the player that we were just wondering how long he'd last, Daniel Arzani, with that shoulder injury. He showed no ill effects there, so maybe the strapping might just get him through this game. Wonderful opportunity. I spoke in the first half about how Arzani carries the ball in between his feet. Look at that, instep, and then he can jink and go outside with a drop of the shoulder. Great effort on goal.
Arabuli turning the Georgian. Arzani on the wing. The twinkle toes go to work, but he can't clear the near defender in Broxham. It falls at the top of the box. De Vere. And now a chance for Drew. He's in space, cutting it back. De Silva. And there was a wall of Victory defenders in his path. Bacchus. Arzani now. Twisting and turning and trying to find a way. Bacchus lifts it in and swept out for a corner, and a sustained period of pressure from Macarthur.
What a promising start by Macarthur. Whatever Dwight York was saying at half-time, with that animation we saw from the dressing room camera, has certainly paid dividends early on, and Arzani is absolutely central to it. Been involved 3 or 4 times already.
So the corner, in it comes, off heads and falling at the far post, and then lifted out by Arzani with no danger at all to Paul Izzo's net.
He was betwixt and between there, whether to shoot or lift the ball to the back post area. Neither happened. Good delivery into a dangerous area by Drew.
Now it's Macarthur's turn to attack. De Silva's ball. Drew, cut back. Blocked away by Geria. Izzo was down trying to deny De Vere, but his defender was there for him first, and there's a prone Macarthur man, which leads the referee to whistle play dead.
Well, that was excellent from Drew. I was critical in the first half of him not picking the pass when he got into those advanced areas. That is an example of picking the pass. Fantastic ball in behind by De Silva, and there's real intent and precision behind that delivery into a good area. Such a creative player.
Nani. D'Agostino starting to get all the Victory's looks. And this time his attempts to cross are blocked away, and it does go behind for a corner off Aspropotomitis. It's about the sharpness for him when the chances present, isn't it?
It is, and I can't help but think he just showed too much of that to Aspropotomitis. Instead of being more positive when the ball was put out in front of him, D'Agostino, he was looking too early for an option rather than being a bit more selfish.
Melbourne Victory are readying Ben Falami to come off the bench. This might be the last passage of play we see Bruno Fornaroli in the game, lest they rip up the plans by scoring here. Brimmer's corner. Hangs it high. And not at all effective, as Economides has to go and chase it out of the penalty area. Out of the shadows, can he swing in a dangerous ball? Timotheu nods it down on the spin. Fornaroli, now D'Agostino! And he rattles the woodwork. He's getting closer, but he still can't find that goal.
He can't, and the only reason is it was an absolutely brilliant save from Philip Curto. Fingertip save onto the crossbar. Brilliant strike from D'Agostino. He cannot believe that hasn't rattled the back of the net on the Harvey Norman replay. Laid into the path to Brimmer. Look at that. Fingertips onto the crossbar.
Arabuli was protecting the fall of the ball. However, Victory prevail. Back to Izzo.
His frustration will be just starting to grow a little bit, Tony Popovic, because to my thinking, Melbourne Victory have had the two of the clearest cut chances. D'Agostino.
And now another great long ball for Lamy. The flag stays down. Uskok. No foul, no whistle. Play continues. And Macarthur are away. Will VAR intervene? In the meantime, Jed Drew is trying to get in behind Timotheu, and he has done so. Jed Drew, the cutback is blocked and then cleared by Cadete. Suddenly it's end-to-end. And we have a flashpoint at the hour mark, as Tomislav Uskok went in and appeared to make contact, but the referee did not see a foul.
Well, the game just came to life, didn't it, Teo? I wouldn't be surprised if VAR's having a look at that. And we may just have a stoppage in play next time the ball's dead.
It would be controversial if Macarthur score here, only for it to be a penalty at the other end, and that cross floats out. Talk us through it. Brimmer's pass.
Great ball in behind, great run in behind as well. You just see him grab there. For me, that's enough for a penalty. It's been waved away by VAR and referee Jonathan Barrero. Looks like it's going to be play on, but gee whiz, I thought there was enough in that for a penalty.
Thought about it on his left foot, decided against. Here's Miller, loads up again. No, he ignores him, swings it into the box, hoping for Rose, and it's headed behind for a corner.
That is really clever work from Craig Noon. He could have gone for the safe option there, but he saw the run. He spotted the run of that man there, Lockie Rose. Tried to play him in behind. I think it was Lee Broxham stretching every sinew to head that to safety.
Third corner of the game for Macarthur. Noon immediately onto set-piece duty. And he can't beat the wall of Victory players. Here's the follow-up from Skatanis. Oh, it was rising. It had promise. And what it lacked was direction.
And what an introduction that would have been. Almost an absolute belter from Scatardis straight off the bench. Delivery from Noon. Didn't really convincingly clear it. Melbourne Victory just popped up beautifully for a volley for Scatardis. And as you said, just couldn't get the radar right. Decent chances for there to be a goal in this game. We haven't got one yet.
The thing is, so many of the attacking protagonists that were creating the chances have now left the game. It's new faces aplenty at both ends. Here's one of them, Falami, from the right side. What a finish! Victory breakthrough. Ben Falami gets the goal, and he goes over to celebrate with the fans. And the road trip up to Macarthur looks like it might just be a happy one for Victory after all.
Well, is that the killer blow to Macarthur Bulls at home? Fantastic run in behind once again by that man, Ben Falami. He's been threatening since the moment he came on the pitch, and as we see on the Harvey Norman replay, wonderful, wonderful through ball for Falami to run onto, and that is a brilliant finish. Picked his spot, great ball, played through by Valupale, substitute to substitute, and that is a brilliant finish into the back post.
Indeed, down to the corner he goes with Jake Brimmer, and now they've outfoxed a couple here. Falami, who tried to nudge it through to Valupale. Now he heads back out to the corner, but the flag is up. Jake Brimmer kicks the ball away.
Well, it was a disappointing end to what was a promising attack by Melbourne Victory to maybe put the game to bed.
Well, they got stuck in two minds there between attacking and taking it to the corner, didn't they?
They did. An internal mental battle with themselves, Teo.
Can Macarthur even fashion one last chance? Victory have kept them at bay here in the dying stages. Rose brings it down. Carter on the move. Anthony Carter has Noon on his outside. Noon gets the cross in, but it's all Victory. Wilson heads clear. Brimmer trying to slow things down. He gets caught in possession, though, by Miller. Noon stepped into the challenge. The referee holds the whistle. It remains a live ball at the feet of Brimmer. Outside of the foot pass. And there's the full-time whistle. It took one moment of class, and that man, Ben Falami, provided it. The match-winning goal gets Melbourne Victory off to a winning start after the World Cup break, as they come up to Campbelltown and bank 3 valuable points. Nishan Valupale got the assist. Substitutes linking up to sink the Bulls. And as players cramp and collapse to the ground at full time, it ends. Macarthur 0, Melbourne Victory 1.